True Spence and Keith Side has been requested for February of next year. Errol and True Spence had no choice. Who did you want in the fight? Ennis over Keith Thurman? No. Boots Ennis and get his ass handed? I've never said that. Because as a boxing analyst, you should never say that. Boots Ennis has not proved himself. Errol and True Spence is unified welterweight shit. Still, I feel that. I'm just saying that's a huge risk.
Those are the words of Showbiz the Dope. All right, man, look. Look, what he was saying, he was joking about it, but he was dead serious. We did hear about the WBA approving Keith Thurman to be an opponent for Errol Spence. And Errol Spence, that looks like that fight's going to happen. Standing Ennis undefeated, not as known as Keith Thurman, but Boots Ennis, notoriously rumored to be more dangerous. And he said, hey, you should never say that as a boxing analyst, but listen. Boxing analysts or not, we all have our own opinion. I mean, it's just what it is. And this is what I'll say. I'll go as far as saying this. We know that Errol Spence would have a harder time fighting Boots Ennis if he could beat Boots Ennis than Keith Thurman. Just based on the style, based on really the opposition. Because Errol Spence been chasing Keith Thurman for a long time until he just gave up. Until somebody started chasing him. And then it was a totally different game, wasn't it? So, you know, Errol Spence is one of those guys that, you know, like, he is doing and playing the game quite well, but I think he's following the game plan quite well concerning his own career. Al Heyman won't allow that fight. I don't give a shit what the IBF says, because that's not in the game plan for Errol Spence. Errol Spence's undefeated record should be put on ice, placed on a hold, a successful hold, to fight some of the best fighters out there. If it's Jamal, Canelo, you know, those particular guys, it's worth that fight having. It's worth the money. It makes sense, meaning it's worth getting in there. It's worth the risk, right? Because the reward is there. But this is just, yeah, Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, this would be great 4 years ago. But now it's not the same fight. You know, that's what happens, you know. People resurrect potential fights or desired fights of yesteryear that never happened and try to resurrect them as though they were that they are going to do the same, and they won't. You know, if he stops Keith Thurman in 4 rounds, then people won't be impressed. And then people will be convinced that this fight was set together and put together by somebody that knew the outcome. That's why Errol Spence is fighting someone like Keith Thurman now versus someone like Boots Ennis now. You know, Boots Ennis is undefeated just like himself, but he wouldn't dare put them in the ring because he has other plans for Boots Ennis. So Man Down Promotions is a farce. It's meaningless, really. But no, it was funny as hell to hear him say that, because he, you know, Showbiz the Adult believes that Boots Ennis will tap that ass of Errol Spence. You know, but sometimes you just have to speak your own opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the whole point of having a platform. You know, it's just an opinion, you know, but hey, it's your opinion. So I think if we respect other people's opinion, they need to respect ours. And his was, he believes Boots Ennis still whoops Errol the True Spence. You guys tell me what you think about this particular video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!